Finding the right SEO partner used to be pretty simple, but now, in 2026, with AI basically rewriting all the rules of search, it's a whole new ballgame. So let's spend the next few minutes breaking down exactly how to find a partner who can actually get you seen in this brave new world.
First things first, we've got to get one thing straight. The search world you used to know, it's gone. That old playbook from a couple of years ago? Yeah, you can pretty much toss that out the window. We are deep in an era where AI isn't just another tool, it's the gatekeeper.
And that brings us to, honestly, the most important question you can ask your business right now. Are you invisible to AI? Because let's be real, if the AI can't find you, your customers never will. This is the challenge we all have to solve in 2026.
I mean, just look at the difference here. We've moved on from those old-school brute force tactics like keyword stuffing. Now it's all about a much more surgical approach. We're talking about AI intent mapping, which is really about understanding the why behind what someone is searching for. It's about EAT signals, and don't worry, we're going to break that down in a second, and this whole new thing called Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO.
And if you need proof, just look at this number. Over 70% of Google searches are now featuring AI overviews. That means the AI is doing the reading for us, summarizing the web, and giving answers directly. Bottom line, if you're not optimized for this, you're pretty much on the sidelines.
Okay, so what does a winning playbook actually look like in 2026? Let's dig into what a modern AI-ready agency should be doing.
This is a really crucial mindset shift. SEO agencies aren't just ranking services anymore. A better way to think of them as digital visibility architects. They're not just trying to get you to the top of a list. They're designing your entire online presence to appeal to real people and the AI models that guide them.
And these architects, they work on a bunch of different fronts at once. They're using AI to figure out what your customers really want. They're building content that absolutely screams authority and trust, and they're making sure your website is technically flawless. It's the whole shebang, really, from quality links to SEO, all with transparent reporting so you know what's going on.
So let's zoom in on that term I mentioned, EAT. It stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And in 2026, this isn't some nice-to-have bonus. Nope, it's the price of admission. It is the absolute foundation for any piece of content that has any hope of being seen, ranked, or quoted by AI.
So, you might be wondering, how does an agency actually do this? How do they build EAT? Well, it's a pretty clear three-step process. First, they help you show off your expertise with things like original research. Second, they build your authority by getting other credible sources to actually cite you. And third, they signal your trustworthiness with things like detailed author bios and credentials that people can actually verify.
Now, the other massive piece of this puzzle is AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. Think of it like this. You're not just writing for people anymore. You're basically writing a cheat sheet for the AI. You're structuring your content with super clear summaries and data points so that when an AI needs a reliable answer, it quotes you. You become the source of truth.
All right, so we've covered what a modern agency does. Now let's talk about who's out there doing it. What does the agency landscape actually look like?
Generally speaking, you've got two main camps. On one side, you have the big global agencies. They bring serious firepower with enterprise-level tools and massive scale, which is awesome if you're a huge multinational brand. Then, you've got local agencies. They shine with their deep knowledge of specific regions and all the little language nuances. The thing is, it's not about which one's better, it's about finding the right fit for your business and where you operate.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I'm going to give you a super practical 5-step checklist you can use to make a really confident decision when you're ready to hire.
So here's how it breaks down. First up, you have to know what you want. Define your goals clearly. Then, do your homework. Audit their track record. Ask for case studies and real results. After that, take a look under the hood at their tech stack. Are they using modern AI tools? Step 4 is all about people. How do they communicate? And finally, and this is a big one, you have to be on the lookout for red flags.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, money. Just to set some realistic expectations, for a quality SEO partner, you're typically looking at a monthly retainer somewhere in the range of $1,500 to $5,000 or even more, depending on just how much work is involved.
And what about results? How long does this take? Well, SEO is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. You should really expect to start seeing meaningful, solid improvements within about 3 to 6 months. Anybody promising you the world faster than that, they're probably selling you a temporary trick, not a real sustainable strategy.
So while you're out there looking, I can almost guarantee you're going to hear a promise that sounds a little something like this.
Okay, right there. That is, without a doubt, the biggest red flag you can possibly see. And why is that? It's simple. Nobody, and I mean nobody, controls Google's algorithm. Look, a good agency will never guarantee a specific ranking. What they will guarantee is a smart process and a relentless focus on growing your business.
And while you're at it, keep your eyes peeled for these other warning signs too. Things like heavy pressure to sign a long-term contract right away, or if they're super secretive about their methods, calling it a secret sauce. Or, a huge one, if they can't provide any client references. If you see any of these, honestly, it's a sign to just turn around and walk away.
Whew, okay, that was a lot. So, where does that leave you? What's your next move? Let's pull this all together.
If you remember nothing else from this, remember these 4 things. 1. AI is the new gatekeeper to your customers, period. 2. EAT and AEO aren't optional anymore. They're non-negotiable. 3. Vet every agency on their transparency and, more importantly, their real-world results. And 4. This is so important. You're not just hiring a vendor to do a task. You're choosing a strategic partner.
And all of this really boils down to one final, critical question you need to ask yourself. Take a hard look at your own website, at your own content strategy, and really ask the question, is it truly ready for an AI-first world?